Cody's Caravan made its way to Folsom today. Oh, actually, where are we?
We're in Repressa.
That's right. You think you're in Folsom, but you're in Repressa.
Repressa, yes.
Your own district, right?
Our own district, our own city. It means the dam.
Yeah, it is fascinating. So we're at the museum here. So let's start talking. Let's go back. Let's go back to the day. Here is one of the most interesting things in the most interesting museum you're ever going to find. This place had electricity before everybody.
Before everybody, yep, in Folsom Prison, we're located next to the American River, and when electricity is created by water power, we had our original powerhouse here on our grounds, and we powered up not only the prison, and we're the first prison in the whole United States to have electricity, but we also powered up the greater Sacramento area.
Did you hear that? They powered up the greater Sacramento area. Okay, that's one fascinating factoid. Once again, it's only $2 to come here, and I cannot believe that you're not charging more. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what your other job is the fire department here.
Yes, I am a fire captain here. I have 6 incarcerated persons that are training to be firefighters. And we do have a little bit of that in our museum as well, where we talked about a lot of the programs that we have here. There's a lot of rehabilitation programs. There's masonry, carpentry, metal fab. Speaking of metal fab, all the California state license plates are made here at Folsom Prison.
Right.
Make about $50,000 a day.
50,000 a day.
That's correct.
That's wild. So when in the fire department,
yes,
you've actually had people move on and actually become firefighters.
Yes, I've had 10 become firefighters. I've had, after training several hundreds in my 15 years, I've only had a few come back to prison, like a handful, but 10 became professional firefighters.
That has to be so rewarding, man.
It sure is. It sure is. They serve the community. They learn to serve the community and job skills and talents, and then for them to move on and do what we do when they get released, it's definitely a great pat on their back.
That is so cool. Okay, so right behind you, real quick, see these wooden clackers right here? That's how they would alert people that there was some sort of problem.
That's correct.
Before we had phones and all that
Before we
stuff.
had phones, modern radios, yeah, they used the wood clackers to sound an alarm when the incarcerated persons were fighting, or if there was a fire in the unit, they would sound those alarms as well.
Get out of here.
And some of the hats behind me is another way officers would always have to wear a hat. If an officer was attacked and their hat got knocked off, that would let the gunners know that there was an issue, and we'd have to handle it.
All right, more from this amazing museum. Once again, let me stress, it's only $2. It's the best $2 you'll ever spend. That's coming up. We're going to show you some artwork and show you some of the things people created that aren't arty. Coming up. Back to you guys. You know, we're here. They had to close down for COVID, and you guys are open. You're back up, and people were disappointed because they come by and they're like, "Oh, I want to see the museum and everything."
That's correct. Yeah, we were shut down for 2 years for COVID, and then the last curator, Mr. Brown, he passed away, and so we're shut down for another year. So I'm happy to be reopened since October of 2023. And we're always looking for docents to volunteer to keep our doors open, because I can't do it without my volunteers. The Big House Prison Museum here.
Yeah, if you are into history, I'm telling you, this would be a great gig being a docent here. Okay, so let's talk about this case right here, because I probably stared at this for like 45 minutes. This is fascinating to me.
Well, this case is a lot of the contraband that's been collected from like fire making devices that we've had on tattoo machines made out of the old CD Walkman radios, a toaster made out of cardboard and wire.
Wow.
Hold on. Let's pause right here. That's a toaster, guys.
Wow.
That's a toaster. And that's probably why there's a fire department here.
That's correct. Yeah, we're quite busy. And we do have some firearms that were made, manufactured. We can't chew gum because there could be impressions of keys made from that. You know, so, unless you're work here at the prison or a janitor, you don't usually have this many sets of keys on you. And
yeah, I didn't know about that. I knew that you couldn't have gum, but I didn't know why you can't have gum. And now I understand, because you could make an impression of a key and
that's
get yourself
it right
out.
there. Yeah. Larger weapons and devices, but we also have more artistic on display too. Artwork. So soap and cardboard and paint made these dragons and spiders.
Wow.
Ferris wheel made out of 250,000 toothpicks by one individual, Mr. Billy Burke, and this was made in the 1930s. He was discharged
Guess when you got free time.
I'm happy to preserve our history here and to take the reins, and couldn't do it without a lot of people working in the background as well.
It is so fascinating, and I'm so glad somebody thought we need to save all this stuff because this is our history, you know.
Yes, most definitely. True history. And that bag that you see there on the left is made out of potato chip wrappers.
What?
We also have a few other items made out of different items like soap sculptures, and this rope right here is made out of toilet tissue. So, yeah, toilet paper.
Fascinating. Okay, we'll keep showing you around stuff here. I'm telling you, it just gets more interesting and more interesting the more you look. $2. That's it, people. $2. It's the best $2 you'll ever spend.
And then,
it is fascinating.
Code, does the $2 that get you access to the Pruno tasting room?
No, it does not.
No?
You don't want that.
No.
You don't want that.
I'm just joking. There's no such thing. Thank you, Code.
Cody's Caravan at the Folsom Prison Museum. It's $2, people. $2. It's the best $2 you'll ever spend in your whole life. I'm telling you, this place is fascinating. Okay, so I am fascinated by the communication aspect of what and how it evolved here. We showed the wooden clackers. That was the first da-da-da-da. That means something. Right?
Yep, and we still keep a communication device here too. Everybody has to carry a whistle as an alarm if you need such. We also have these canes right here that are lead tipped, and what they would do is they would tap when it was time to release for yard. They'd have a number of taps for when it was chow time, and that would be a way to communicate, and also an extra implement if you need to protect yourself back in the day. And then we also had some of the bullhorns here, and that was used for communication.
So interesting. Okay, so the one on the left over there is a megaphone. It's handheld. And that it amplified a person's voice.
Yes.
And then we started going into, some technology was in it.
Definitely some technology, and then now we have PA systems and even the use of tablets to be able to communicate to our incarcerated persons for education and what have you.
Okay, while we're in this corner,
Yes.
This is a huge story here. This is a huge story.
Definitely. This story is about an escaped attempt in 1937. It actually took the lives of our warden and a few officers. It was this dummy gun was used to get into the areas where the custody staff was, and that's kind of what transpired. That was in 1937.
In 1937, and that dummy gun, I mean, it looks just like a real gun. I could see how they were confused by that.
It does, yeah. It looks fully functional, like the real deal, paint and everything. It's pretty ingenious.
Yeah. Well, let's go down the hallway because we got to show people down here. We got to show people this little thing in the end down here. This is big with the folks. It's a mock cell, but it gives you an idea of the living conditions, how small the area is. Now, when we look through this, it's tiny to me.
Yes.
But this is actually big.
This is actually big. All the cells here are 6.5 feet wide, 8.5 feet deep, and about 8 feet tall. We usually have a bunk bed where we house 2 incarcerated persons in the cell, and a lot of the cells that you see are here at Folsom still have the bars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Could you imagine 2 people in a smaller space than that? That's unbelievable. Okay, once again, $2 is all it takes. $2 to get you in here.
Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays.
Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays. But you're looking for docents.
We are looking for volunteer docents. If interested, please look us up, Big House Prison Museum, on our webpage, and just email, and we'll give you a little interview, and be happy to have more volunteer docents, since it's all ran by volunteers, to keep our doors open.
Fascinating, man. Thank you very much for this. All right, back to you in the studio there. Wasn't this amazing?
Cody, I think you just scared me straight with that cell.
The size of it.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to take everybody right here
Yeah.
and show them this is what you're going to be locked up in, but smaller with
No
somebody
longer
else.
a life of crime.
Now do the
for
right
me.
thing.
Thank you, Code.